heart rate would automatically elevate. I'd just start getting ramped up, and I'd be like, no, it's fine. We don't have to go throw someone on the ground.
Did you ever hear the controversy over that show?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
We almost got disqualified every competition we played at because we had people on the floor that didn't play an instrument.
I mean, I did a toss that could have been considered percussive. I had to toss it and catch it on beat, and it makes a noise when you catch it.
No, it totally does. But we also had people running around with flags and sabers and rifles. Like, we broke...
It was such a ridiculous show.
We broke every rule that wasn't written down.
We had glitter cannons.
Yeah, I forgot about the glitter cannons. Oh, we were so fucking petty that season.
Everyone loved it, though.
Oh, they
you
adored
have
it.
no idea how many teenage girls came up to hit on me because I was a man. And I didn't ever speak, so they couldn't hear my voice, which is already kind of low. So I probably could have just, like, pushed it down a little bit and played it off.
But I just be like,
hey! Well, I never did, because I didn't want to embarrass people.
Yeah.
I just sort of, like, nodded, because they'd always be like, oh my god, that saber toss was so good. You know, and I am female, so I recognize what's happening, so I would just, like, nod and leave.
Which is the male thing to do, not realizing that you're being flirted with by...
But one time...
Uh-oh.
I was trying to do my bow out gracefully thing, and my co-captain was there, and she leans in and goes, her name is Lorian. And this poor girl, her face just, like, dropped, and she's like, oh, well, good job. And, like, wanders away. I was like, oh, I feel like such a dick. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to... I'm acting.
Oh, I wish this was a video podcast so we could just have the Patrick Stewart acting.
Anyway, back to Beetlejuice. High school reminiscence time is over now.
Oh, man. Anyways, back to Beetlejuice.
The soundtrack to Beetlejuice is great.
It was great.
Lots of Harry Belafonte.
Lots of Harry Belafonte. I'm totally blanking on the name of the song.
Banana boat song.
It's... I could sing it for you. Let me pull it up.
Sing it for us.
Hey, Mr. Tullyman, tell
Yeah,
me
the
my
banana
You know, daylight coming and me want to go home.
Deo.
Is it called Deo?
Deo.
Deo.
You said Deo.
Oh my gosh.
I think it has several different names. People recognize it as Deo and I believe the Banana Boat song.
Oh yeah, I think it is called the Banana Boat song.
Said 3 times.
Calypso.
Calypso.
Apparently, that wasn't the original song that was supposed to be in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
opposition to the George W. Bush administration.
Oh.
What a strange entry on the Harry Belafonte Wikipedia page.
Yeah, so for those listening, we just pulled up the Harry Belafonte Wikipedia page and trying to find the name of his songs, and apparently he was a staunch opposition to George W. Bush. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I mean, if you'll think about it a little, you could probably put it together.
But apparently Catherine O'Hara and Jeffrey Jones were the ones who suggested doing the wow. Just had a Porky Pig moment.
Yes,
there.
you did.
The Banana Boat song by Harry Belafonte.
It was a great choice.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. Apparently, Catherine O'Hara had just like learned a little bit of calypso dancing, and that was the song she learned it to. And like, well, if we're going to be doing a dance, let's do a dance I know.
Sure.
To a song I know it too. So
sure.
I just thought it was funny. But that's the reason that song's in it, and it's
It's so iconic.
So iconic.
I mean, it's best known for being in Beetlejuice now.
It really is. Yeah, the soundtrack is just so great. And Danny Elfman, you know, he gets a little bit of bad rep for having his Tim Burton sound.
Right.
But then you realize all the other movies he's done, and he's such a
broad.
prolific composer that...
He composed the Simpsons theme.
Mm-hmm.
He composed so many things that you don't even think of.
There are so many things. And, you know, it's just because...
He also sang all the Jack Skellington parts in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really?
And
That's his voice?
He sings the opening, you know, the opening credits of this, the daylight come and we want to go, and it goes discordant, and then it goes on to the da-da, da-da, da-da. That's Danny Elfman as well, that voice.
God, I think we both need more sleep. Like, this episode is delirious. This is a fever dream episode.
It's Beetlejuice. What are we supposed to do?
Speaking of fever dream, gotta love that 1980s green screen. Oh my god, that was rough.
Surprisingly small amount of green screen in this. There's the Saturn scenes.
Yeah.
And there's the head shrinking at the end is clearly green screen, but there's not too much.
Yeah, well, the ones that stood out as bad were the Saturn ones, especially the wider angle where you could clearly see the, you know.
Well, they're merging stop motion and live action, and 88 pretty rough.
Yeah,
but also Burton has a taste for a low budget look to his effects because he wants it to look storybook like.
Yeah, which is, I mean, he nailed it on this one. Yeah. The effect though that was still, I felt, very effective and looked great was when Adam and Barbara were being summoned, and they started to fade out and like tried to grab, and they phased through each other, and like when Alec Baldwin's Adam tried to grab the door handle and he phased through, like that still looked really good. Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. So there was just only a few scenes where you're like, oh, that's green screen. It's like the Labyrinth scene with the Muppets that their heads come off, where you're just like,
green screening orange fur.
Yeah.
God, what a choice. Yeah. I mean,
would you make that choice, Rosie?
You shouldn't make that choice, Rosie.
Oh, Rosie. You're precious. Don't make that stylistic choice.
Someday we'll have a similarly fever dreamy episode about Labyrinth.
Yes.
Hello, puppy.
I've got a lot of random tidbit facts about that movie that you probably know all of them.
Hooray!
Yeah. But I can't wait till we finally get to that episode. Did you have any final thoughts that you wanted to bring up other than go see this movie if you haven't, because...
Beetlejuice is an Oscar-winning film. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Will it surprise you to learn that it is an Oscar winner in the same sense that Suicide Squad is an Oscar winner, though? Makeup and hair.
So that makes sense. The makeup and costuming in this movie are fantastic.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. If you were like, you know,
best original screenplay,
I would have been a little concerned with, you know, the 1988 Oscar run, but man.
This movie, go watch it. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see my costume. It's at Lorianasaurus. I will not be posting photos to the Casual Cinephilia Instagram, as has been my habit for the last year, not posting photos to the Casual Cinephilia Instagram.
We love the spiders too much. We don't want to mess up their spider webs.
Yeah, they're happy. Shameless self-promotion. Did I mention Cortana's gonna be a sandworm?
You didn't tell me that either. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Rosie wants to be a sandworm too.
You want to be a sandworm, Rosie?
Yeah. Oh, babe. So, do we want to hype up what our next movie is going to be?
Our next movie is Joker.
Which I'm really excited about and also kind of, not terrified, but weary about because every review I've heard has said that it's good, but psychologically and emotionally draining.
Great.
And so...
Oh, I have the capacity for that right now. Thanks.
Yep.
I'm so tired.
Just, you only have one show you're working on. Why are you so tired?
Did I mention to you that they double cast it?
What?
So not only
are you doing sets
and puppetry, but I have to costume it all twice.
Well, hopefully you survive this next block of 3 movies in a row.
I won't. Do you want to build a snowman? Because that one's coming up too. I'll just be able to get over the trauma of costuming it twice for children, and then I'll have to see the sequel.
The next episode, you're just going to be in the background.
Let it go! Let it And that has been another episode of whatever this mess is anymore.
Bye! We'll see you in the next one. Music by Kevin MacLeod, Quirky Dog, and Vicious. Licensed under the Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. You can find his music at incompetech.com.
Happy Halloween. You know what's scary?
Fucking Nazis.
Anyway.
I don't know if I'm going to cut this out or not.
You should definitely cut it out.